Hi guys, my name's Josh and welcome to my channel where we talk about all things related to optimizing and increasing your sales on Amazon. If you're looking for a more personalized approach, I do offer one-on-one consulting services and you can learn more about that by clicking the link in the bio. So today I wanted to talk about Q4 particularly, and the reason being is because it's such a crucial period in terms of sales. There are a few specific dates where you're going to see a higher amount of sales, and people are generally more primed to purchase during these days, so it's important that you get in front of as many as possible to increase your conversion rates and overall sales. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was just preparing for Q4 and some of the elements that you can start thinking about in terms of sales, rankings, keywords, etc. And then we'll kind of go from there. So the first thing is you're going to want to kind of figure out what the specific dates are where some of these sales or other brands might be holding sales, or there might be specific ones on the Amazon platform, so you can leverage your product as high as possible within the rankings. So you're thinking about key dates such as Prime Day, which is coming up in October. Then you're thinking of periods like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And even running up until Christmas, I would say you're going to want to get ahead, at least 2 weeks before Christmas and beyond that, for people that are looking for last minute gifts. So have a look at these key dates and kind of jot them down and determine what kind of sale you want to run during those periods. So if you're comfortable, the general is about 20%. I've seen people go as high as 50, but I'd recommend, between 20 and 30%. This helps you maintain margins. It actually makes it worth holding the sale in the first place. So, there's many different sale types, and you can look at my video for more specifics on those if you check out the channel. But I would recommend in these cases to schedule those dates under a Prime exclusive deal type. This usually gives you the best lift. It has the mention, so you'll see a nice mention with kind of a blue outline instead of this coupon you're seeing here during those dates. And then you'll see it in the product listing kind of as a promotional discount. So this just really helps to rank you. And if you have consumers that are willing to make a purchase and they're 20, 30, 40% more willing than they are on normal days, you really want to get ahead of them and in front of their eyes so that they'll make a purchase from you. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is if you have a seasonal product, what kind of keywords do you use? Obviously, with Christmas just around the corner, a lot of brands are leveraging these Christmas keywords. Depending on your product, you can rank pretty well for that. I wouldn't recommend it for consumables particularly, but you could position your product as a gift. Use the keyword Christmas or holidays, things like that to just really rank up in that category. So if you have something that's for the home, for example, or handmade, or just a personal giftable item, which most are, then I would definitely consider putting this keyword in the product title. You could extend it to the bullets and the description and the back end keywords as well. Just make sure you remove it, after the season's over, to kind of get some leverage there. And again, you might want to also include holiday imagery within your listings. So you could put it in your main images, you could put it in your A+ content, etc. And really what that's going to do is it's going to kind of position your product as a gift, as something that people might want to buy for someone else for the occasion. You can also position for Hanukkah as well and other holidays within different cohorts that might exist during Q4. So I definitely recommend that. Other options are to create videos for it. Probably you're going to have the best effect within the keywords and the images. But if you wanted to, you certainly could. So there's just some other ideas. Also, make sure that if you're running ads, that you heavy up during these time periods as well. So I would recommend, particularly for Prime Day, as well as, the other key periods, which are like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. For these particular months, putting at least like 20% of the monthly budget towards that like 1 or 2 days there, just really heavying up. You're going to see, anywhere from like 2 to 5 to 6x your normal average sales on these periods if you leverage and position yourself appropriately. So, with that being said, you're going to want to put additional budget behind it as well. So, make sure that you're optimizing your ads, especially towards kind of your products that have the highest amount of sales, and just really leaning into that as well. If you want to learn more, I did put a video about ads up on my channel. You can also check that out for more specifics. And then, of course, make sure you leverage AI. So you can have them create kind of holiday keywords or descriptions as well. And, this is a great way to sort of get an outline of what you want to do and then tweak it as you go. The same with keywords. Tools like Helium 10 can give you that as well. So I'd recommend leveraging all of those types. In terms of like lightning deals, if your account does have access to that, see if you can get slots for lightning deals on these dates. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Just make sure you check on the status of the deal. This way, if it does get rejected, which has happened a number of times with me, you can pivot and you can move those lightning deals into a different deal type, such as a Prime exclusive deal. So I definitely recommend that. And then, of course, just making sure you're checking on your competitors and seeing what they're doing. You definitely want to kind of try and match their promotions and their sales and discounts if you can, to make yourself more competitive alongside them. So never forget kind of what they're doing. Have a look at their listings. See how they're doing it. At the worst case, you can take and learn from that and apply it to the next year as well. So I definitely recommend looking at that. Make sure to include, if you have a store, an optimized store page for gifts and Christmas occasions, so like a gift guide page. This tends to be very effective, especially for people that are coming to your store and looking to purchase from there. So they're going to use that category as well. A note on fulfillment strategies. So if you're using FBA, which I would highly recommend, you can learn more about the differences between FBM, seller fulfilled, and Amazon fulfilled FBA by looking at my other video. But just make sure you have plenty in stock. If you're projecting a 50% lift in sales during these months, then you're going to want to account for that. And you're also going to want to account for check-in times for FBA. These could be much lengthier due to increased volume. So maybe you might see a 2-week check-in time. I would definitely extend this at least to 4 to 6 weeks just to be on the safe side. Make sure you get that inventory out there beforehand. Otherwise, you could run into a situation where you're going out of stock, and that's really going to hurt sales and lift. So have a look at your inventory and your projections that you have in mind, and make sure you're stocked up for the holidays in regard to that. And then, of course, just make sure you're engaging with your customers. If you have an external email list you want to promote, you can also do that internally via Amazon, and just make them aware that sales are coming up, or your sale is running. Provide your links via Amazon when it is, and just really like leverage all of your audiences that you have access to. If you're outside of that, running ads elsewhere, you can also use your customer match lists. You can use, addresses. You can use the emails that you have to target with ads, as well as retargeting lists if you have a separate website. So definitely tell them about the sale. It's okay to promote on Amazon and cross promote. Just make sure your pricing strategy is congruent and equal, within different platforms. So if you're selling on different platforms or your website, just so they get that consistency, and really try and drive those current buyers or ones that you have direct contact with. And aside from that, these are probably the most important things you can do to prepare for the holidays. Definitely don't overlook these points. And I hope you found this interesting. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll talk soon.